Storytime with Grandpa and Grandma has changed a lot. Go to Grandma Kathy Buckworth joins us with a few books to add to your shelves and maybe some that need to be looked at again.
Yeah, I think we think about the classics, and some of them are not that great and not that classic. And I just wanted to let you know that I have a new column with Parents Canada called Grandparenting Unfiltered. And I have all these new books listed there, and I also listed out some of the ones we might want to shelve. I don't want to use the word ban, but I want to use the word shelve. And there are things like Grimm's Fairy Tales. Read one of those lately. Pretty frightening stuff. There are other books. There are 6 Dr. Seuss books that have been pulled for racism. There are other books that are very sexist. Any of those books that kind of talk about save the princess, like those ones. We want to really look at what message we're giving to our grandkids when we read these classic books. So I've got some new ones that I brought along. These have all been approved, by the way, by my millennial parenting, kids.
Yes, and that's a good thing to do. Like maybe if you've got books that you maybe read to your kids, maybe show them again before you show the grandkids.
Exactly right. Just go through them with a sort of a fresh eye or a fresh outlook in terms of, does this still work in the world we live in today? And is this a message I want to bury with my grandkids for the rest of their lives? So we really want to look at that. Some of the books I brought along today, in fact, all of these books, pardon me, are inclusive, and they're inclusive in different ways. And I think that's a message we can get across to our grandkids right from the get-go. The first one I wanted to talk about was Prince and Knight, and this is a story about a prince whose kingdom is under fire by a dragon. His parents have been trying to find him a princess to marry, of course, but when the dragon comes to town, guess what? A knight slays the dragon, and the two fall madly in love and are accepted by their parents in the kingdom. This is a really popular book, and it's a book series that I just love. Okay. My grandkids love this one. The second one I think we have coming up is Bad Seed. And A Bad Seed is a book about a seed. He's a sunflower seed, and he's bad. He's rude. He's late all the time. He tells jokes that go on too long. Like, he's got all this really bad behavior because he had a really tough childhood. So one day he just decides that he's going to make himself happy and be happy and accept his circumstances and really turn into a nice person. So it's really the story of transformation. You can change into a good seed. He's not so bad after all, as they say in the book. The next one I think we have coming up is the vampire one, and this is Julian is not a vampire. He's born into a family of vampires, but he doesn't have the sharp teeth, and he doesn't like the sight of things red.
So he's different.
He's different from the rest of his family, and when a full moon comes out, guess what? He's not a vampire. He turns into something else, but his family still accepts him and loves him for who he is. So it's a story of sort of self-acceptance as well as, knowing that your family is there to support you. And then Julian is a mermaid. This book won all kinds of awards. It's about a young boy who goes with his abuela, or his grandma. He's on the subway and sees mermaids. Can't explain that part, but anyway, and he thinks the mermaids are beautiful. So he goes home and he creates this costume and he turns himself into this beautiful mermaid, but he's worried about showing his grandma that he's done this to himself. But not only does she love it, she takes him back on the train and they go downtown and find other mermaids so he can be with them as well. So again, a story of acceptance and knowing who you are and just putting it out there. And then the last book is called The Girl Who Was Too Big for the Book, and she is, it's written by Gina Davis, which is kind of funny. I love that it's Gina Davis
actress
of Thelma and Louise. Yeah, so she's like Dottie Hinson in A League of Their Own. She's a strong female person, and of course she's quite tall, famously. So this book is all about a girl who wants to be the star of a book. She feels like all of her friends are more interesting. She goes away for the summer between grades 4 and 5, come back, and she's super tall. And not only is she not the star of the book, she's too big, so she makes herself small in every page. And she has a loud voice, and she's too big. And her friends say, you need to, the book isn't too small for you. You need to be bigger. You need a bigger page is what you need. So it's all about filling your space, having your voice. It's a great sort of female
being yourself.
Being yourself and just saying, this is who I am, and if I'm big and I'm loud, well, that's your problem.
Yeah. Get me a bigger book.
Get me a bigger book, exactly.
We were talking before, too, about, you don't necessarily have to buy these books, of course.
No.
Go to your local library because the children's librarians there are fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm also a big fan of independent bookstores, of course, so find one in your neighborhood, get books from there, the library. And I did want to give a quick shout out to Hamilton native Chris Farias, Chris Rainbow Farias.
Oh, yes.
Has a children's book coming out called Guinea Pigs Don't Wear Pants. It is available for pre-order now, so if you want to look that up as well and support Chris, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, that would be great. Your favorite of the group here? We got
my favorite, I think I go back to Prince and Knight because I've read that one with my kids a long time. However, The Bad Seed is also a terrific book, and he writes things that I think there's a good apple and different ones. People changing their behavior.
Okay, we'll get your link up on our website, chch.com/morninglive. Happy reading.